It is time for the Revelstoke Mayor Report with Mayor Gary Sauls. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
So I have a list of questions here for you.
Okay.
But before we do that, do you have anything you want to touch base on first?
I'll just touch base really on an email I received yesterday. We've got a bump up in our RMI funding from the provincial government. It's called a performance-based lift, so it's another $54,683 for 2019-2020, which gives us a total in RMI funds of $747,223. So it's nice to see a little bit of boost on that, but it's also nice to see that the provincial government's carrying on that program. So we can do things for the community.
Revelstoke Money Inc.
There we go.
Okay, Gary, so there's lots of fun controversy floating around Revelstoke right now. So let's just go to the straight questions and get the straight answers. Sound good?
Absolutely.
Did Mary Wong quit?
Mary Wong did quit.
Okay.
She quit back on March 27th. I had a conversation with her a few days prior to and asked her what her plans were. She's going into affordable housing. So she's going back to school for a period of time, and then she will probably move to the Lower Mainland and be involved in designing and planning for affordable housing. Something that she has a passion for. So she is so excited. She had the biggest smile on her face when she was telling me about it. So she left of her own volition, happy to do this, and we appreciated the fact of the time she was here. So.
Excellent. So is there a replacement there, or are we seeking one out? Obviously, we'll be seeking one out, but have we found one?
Not yet at this point, no.
Okay. Did Marianne quit?
No, Marianne did not quit.
Okay, so she is here for the build-out season.
That's our intention. That's when she came to us and started in January. She actually interviewed me to make sure it was a good fit and felt comfortable here. So council's excited to have her, and we've seen some incredible things that she's done. So we're excited for the building season.
Okay, so Mary Wong is gone. Marianne is here.
Correct.
There we go. Now, Dan did quit, our building inspector that we recently hired.
Yep. He last day was yesterday. So I had a chance to spend some time with him yesterday and thank him for his time that was here. He's going on to what he would consider greener pastures. He's moving to Vernon. His fiance is in Armstrong. They're into equestrian. So for them, it's a good lifestyle move.
So he's gone like a freight train. Now, in all reality, how fast do you think it'll take to replace Dan, as it did take some time prior to his arrival?
Yeah, so we'll have some contract people come in the meantime and kind of bolster the inspection part of things. We've got some advertising out. We're hoping that that'll be sooner than later. The people we went to bring Danny in last time, and there's a 12-month guarantee. So we'll go back to them, and we've already gone back to them, and so there's no extra charge for them to go forward and do some advertising and find us a replacement as well.
So are we thinking that in the interim it might be somebody from Sycamoose, or is there contractors here that do that type of job?
Well, I know that I don't know whether there's any contractors here that do that type of job. So I know that the planning department's reaching out to the communities around us to see if there's other building inspectors that can come in and assist us. So CSRD, maybe Salmon Arm, that sort of thing, and maybe even as far as Vernon. I don't know at this point. The planning department are looking after that. I'm not cognitive of all the day-to-day stuff that they're doing. So.
Okay, so there is some idea, but there could also be some delays going on just because of the way it breaks down.
Yeah, we hope not, but anything's possible.
Okay. And I had a question about funding for road repair. Is there any funding for road repair? I know Mark used to talk about this quite a bit, because this came up about sidewalks, because there's a lot of sidewalks usually up, 5th, 6th, and further down. They're pretty beat up.
Yep.
But it's a lot of money to replace sidewalks.
Extremely expensive.
Is there any money in the coffers for any of this besides like road patches, like that nice little pothole that appeared on, right on
that
was a big one. I swear it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And that was the one on Victoria you're talking about. Actually, I noticed that. I was following behind a car and saw them lose their wheel cover and whatnot. So I called staff on the long weekend, and they came out and did some work and then fixed it. There is some money in the coffers for that. I'm not exactly sure what the amount is, and that's kind of the Public Works looks after those sorts of things. And they've got some pavement assessment tools that they've done, so they're going to look at some of the roads that need to be replaced, how they replace them, and then those that need just some temporary fixing. And fortunately, it's extremely expensive to fix roads, and sometimes they get right down to looking the worst, and those might not be the roads that we need to fix first because the infrastructure might be so expensive to repair.
And the communications person was coming through. They had a chat with me yesterday about the town, and now you have a survey out right now.
Correct.
It was put out yesterday.
Yes.
And they want feedback from the community as to how they seek out their information, whether it's through CKCR or Mountaineer Review or social media, whatever method it is that people find their information to today. So I guess we'll see what the results are, but you can go to the City of Revelstoke's website, and they want you to take, it's like 8 to 10 minute survey.
Yeah, and I haven't read the survey yet. I know that the girls and the consultant were getting everything ready yesterday to flow that out. I'll have a chance later today to have a look at that and see what it looks like. But the consultants got that in hand as to how it will flow out, and then they'll get the information back and make a report to council as to what they think we should be doing moving forward.
So we do need everyone to go onto the site and fill that survey out to let them know so that they can take a better stance. Like I said, the garbage collection comes, but you got to take the garbage to the curb. They're not going to knock on your door and ask you to remove it from under your sink. So some of us have to go out and, do our time to read our local news too and figure out what's happening in our own backyard.
I fully agree, and I would love to see the community do great inroads in completing the survey, sending it in, and give us their input so that we have a better understanding of what they're looking for as a community.
In the conversation that I had with her, in my personal opinion, maybe it's because of my job, I seem to be following it. I seem to catch wind of it more or faster. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's about how do you get that human quality back into it. I mean, people get bored of the corporate touch. They do.
Of course.
And it's annoying. People get bored of it when it's all written perfectly and everything. And sometimes people just want the who shot John of it. Like, the truth is, it's true. The best example is the roundabout. Where are we at? Okay, so we have $5 million that's ready to be spent. We don't own the land. CPR owns it. And who knows when we're going to figure out how much they want for it and when they're going to finally release it. Am I correct?
Partially, yeah.
Damn, I could do it. See what I mean? Like, I just communicated.
Awesome.
So is there anything else pressing that you think that we should touch base on?
No, I think that's really the crux of things. Again, I'll go back to the Caribou, where we're going to be reaching out as council in some degree to some of the stakeholders and having conversation so that we can come forward with a concerted message to the provincial government.
Well, we'll see how that one goes. Everyone is pretty tense about that. I mean, It's been on the local papers for a while. Aaron's been covering it for randomly throughout the year. But, when it starts reaching the bigger players, you go, I guess it's picking up as a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks, Gary, for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks, Sean.